So we want to get in the habit of keeping the props towards the back of the mat and then coming to kneel on the center of the mat. Take the knees as wide as the mat. If you can't come down to the mat, you're going to be using a chair, and you'll go to the next video. So sitting back on your heels with your big toes touching. If this is uncomfortable for you, take your towel and we'll make a roll, a firm roll. Rolling up the towel will support your ankles or your knees, whichever is causing you discomfort right now. So placing the roll underneath both ankles, still keeping your big toes touching behind you on the mat. Sitting back on the heels. So this might be it for you. If not, if your knees are still hurting, you can make another roll from your bolster and place it underneath your knees like so. So coming forward to bring the roll right into the back of your knees and sitting back on your heels. So if this is uncomfortable, you can still use your bolster or your pillow, place it over your ankles, heels, and sitting back like so. So you might well have a roll under your ankles, a roll behind your knees, and be sitting on the bolster. I'm going to stay here to show you how we come forward in a wide child. Placing the hands outside your knees, spread the fingers and push through the center of the palm to bring your forehead to the mat. Let your head rest here on the mat as you close your eyes and bring the awareness to the breath in your nose. As you inhale, follow the breath in with your awareness to your feet and your legs and soften them. Look for even action in your hands, and as you exhale, push through the center of the palms. So as you inhale, follow the breath into your legs and soften them. As you exhale, press through both palms evenly left and right. And we do this for 5 breaths. So as you inhale, follow the breath in with your mind's eye, checking that you're in the posture. As you exhale, pressing through both palms evenly to activate the posture. Inhale to lift the head up after 5 breaths and bring the hands now in front of you on the mat in line with your shoulders. The shoulder distance apart hands means there's a hand span between your thumbs. Then we're going to reach the arms away with the buttocks on the heels or the bolster and press the palms down to release your forehead back to the mat, coming back to the breath where you left off. So softening your tongue and your lips as you inhale, follow the breath into the body, checking that your feet and your legs are soft. As you exhale, press the palms down evenly left and right to activate the posture. So you're going to feel your inside shoulders roll away from your ears, and your head will then release down to the floor, resting on the mat. As you inhale, follow the breath in, checking your feet and legs and hips are soft. So your buttocks are always coming back towards your heel as you press the palms down evenly left and right. Inhale, check you're in the posture. Exhale, pressing the palms down to activate the posture. When you've had your 5 breaths here, you're going to inhale to lift your head up and walk your hands to the left, placing your hands equidistant either side of your knee. Have your belly on your thigh. Pushing the hands down will enable you to bring the head back to the mat, coming back to the breath where you left off. Eyes closed, tongue, lips soft. As you inhale, follow the breath in, softening the legs, hips, and as you exhale, pressing through the center of the palms down through the floor to activate the arms and the posture. This is going to allow your head to rest on the mat for 5 breaths here. So as you inhale, follow the breath inside the body and check that you're in the posture, softening the feet, the legs, the hips. As you exhale, press the palms down so the arms are fully activated here to support you in this wide child pose. Inhale to lift the head up and walk the hands across to the right. So again, the hands are shoulder distance apart. That's a handspan between your thumbs. Pressing the palms down will enable you to release your head to the floor, resting your forehead on the floor. As you inhale, follow the breath into the body, checking that the feet, the legs, the hips are soft. And as you exhale, pressing the palms down to activate those arms. So in this posture, we're reaching the arms away and pressing the palms down to support your spine. This allows your head to rest on the mat, and it's very calming for the body in this little bit of a twist. As you push the palms down evenly left and right, you'll notice your shoulders level out and your hips level out as well. When you've had your 5 breaths here, you can inhale to lift the head up and walk the hands back onto the mat and in towards you. We're going to rest the hands and arms now in a hero pose to focus on our breath again. So bring your knees together on the mat. You can leave the props where they are if you need them, otherwise put them to the side. So if you don't need the props, you're going to take the feet as wide as the mat and push the front ankle down to sit back between your heels. If you can't sit on the mat, grab a block or two and place the edge of the block under your sitting bones, not your genitals. So you're just sitting on the edge of the block. I want you to feel those sitting bones on the block evenly weighted left and right. So this is so we can look straight ahead, lifting up the breastbone and the crown of the head, looking straight ahead either on your blocks or your bolster. Rest your hands in your lap and let the arms rest as well. Then close the eyes so the eyes are resting on a single point behind the eyelids. Bring the awareness to the breath in your nose again. Observing the breath coming in both nostrils all the way down to your belly, to the lower lobes of the lungs. And as you exhale, check that your legs and your arms are resting, but your breastbone is still lifting up. So we want to keep that front body tall and open. Look for even weight bearing on your sitting bones left and right on the block or the floor. As you observe 5 breaths here. As you inhale, lift the breastbone and the crown of the head up to sit tall. Front body is open. As you exhale, check that your legs and arms are resting. And then use your hands to push on the floor to come up, and we'll bring those big toes together on the mat and sit back between the heels. So once again, using your props, your roll or your bolsters to sit comfortably here with your buttocks back towards your heels. I want you to fold forward and let your forehead rest on the mat again. The arms are by your side, this time with the palms up to allow the shoulders to drop down. You're going to let the arms rest on the mat as well as you bring the awareness to the breath for 5 breaths in this child pose variation. So as you inhale, follow the breath into the body, allowing the legs and the arms to soften. Allowing the head to be fully supported by the mat. For 5 breaths here in this resting position, child pose. When you've had your 5 breaths, come on up and tuck the toes under. We're going to have a passive stretch of the toes here, so you might well need that roll behind your knees again. It's going to sit back on the heels. You might well need your bolster on top of your heels. And then we'll use a block or 2 if you need it under your forehead. So you're going to come forward again into your child pose with your toes tucked under. And if you've got the bolster, you'll need a block. So we want to rest the head comfortably on the block, rest the arms on the mat for 5 breaths here. So if you're not using any props, your head will be resting on the mat. We want the buttocks to come back towards the heels. So as you inhale, softening those toes and your legs and your hips and your arms. And as you exhale, see if you can consciously soften them, let them go, because this is when the body naturally lets go on the exhalation. When you've had your 5 breaths, come on up and put the props to the side. Now, if you can't come into a child pose or a hero pose that we've just done, you might want to try sitting cross-legged at the start of your yoga practice to focus on your breath. So bringing the right leg in front to begin with. If this is not comfortable for you, you can make a prop with the blankets again by folding it and sitting on the folded edge, which is the strongest edge, sitting on those sitting bones. If this is still not comfortable, you can sit on a block on the edge of the block again.